Look at my guy. He is wearing a freaking alien suit with a bullet hole actually in the back of it, with pink hair and the Joker makeup. And you're telling me, as long as I put on a freaking hard hat, the people at this construction site aren't gonna ask any questions? This is one of the Cayo Perico prep heists. I'm sure many of us have had this before. I just never realized how ridiculous this looks. None of these guys here with guns are like, that weird guy with an alien suit who's just running around, that guy's a little suspicious. Nope, they don't suspect a thing. Anyway, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another GTA Online video. My name is Saintsfan, and today is another episode of the Rockstar Logic. And this past week in GTA Online, we got some new stuff, and of course, there's a bunch of Rockstar Logics involving them. Now that intro mission, I mean, like, that was just a little fun thing. I actually didn't even realize that. Like, I've played through that mission so many times. I didn't actually realize there was a disguise there, but I didn't realize also how ridiculous it was that it was just a hard hat. Like, if it was an actual outfit, it would have made more sense, wouldn't it? But no, just a hard hat, and they don't care. Anyway, one of the big new things that was added this week was the new vehicle, the Class A Draugr, the new off-road vehicle. It's actually a really good vehicle, but of course, it's got some things wrong with it. The first thing, they actually did something good, but it's only half good. On the trunk of this vehicle, they have two wheels. That's how it comes stock. And surprisingly, if you actually change the rim color, like your wheel color, it changes those spare wheels. Look at that. We have black rims, and the rims on those spare tires are also black. So it's like, wow, okay, Rockstar, they're finally learning. No, they're not. They're going backwards, as a matter of fact, because there's two things wrong. Number one, it literally only applies to the stock. They just forgot that they have other variants. They forgot about the other vehicle customization, because there's like 3 other trunk variants where the wheel color doesn't change. It just stays standard as chrome or alloy or whatever it is. But then also, is it too much to ask for that spare tire to match the actual wheels we have on the car? Like, it's cool, you can paint the stock version at least, but you can only do that if you change the wheels, because of course you cannot paint stock rims in this game. So it's just a mess. You can do something that's kind of cool, but in the end, it doesn't make sense. It's the same old. We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close. That's what it seems like GTA Online always is. But that's not the only thing wrong with this vehicle. Now, this is something I don't think anyone really cares about, because who drives in first person? But like, what the hell, man? Why did this even happen? We're in first person out of the car. We're gonna get in the car and watch what happens. You get in, the camera looks fine, and then at the last second, it just like goes to the bottom left. It's so weird. Well, look, here it is again. It's fine. And then it just sort of slowly drifts to the bottom left. And it makes for a terrible first-person perspective. We always hear about Rockstar QA and the quality assurance. Like, do they even have anyone there working on that? This is, I feel like, a very easy thing to notice, that the first-person view just doesn't work properly. But it's fine, because who drives in first person anyway? And then actually the biggest annoyance to me, and this has to have been done intentionally, which is what makes it so damn bad. This new vehicle actually does have a trade price. It's got a buy it now price, you can see 1.9-ish mil, and then a trade price at like 1.4 mil. So that's a decent chunk off, about 500K. But when you click on that trade price, it gives you nothing, no clues as to how to unlock it. And this is completely different from every other vehicle with a trade price in the game. Here, we're gonna go to the Annihilator stuff, and this is the first one I found. When you click on the trade price at the top left, it says specifically how to unlock it. We go back to the stupid Draugr, all it tells us is there's exclusive clothing. Dude, Rockstar, we don't care about a goddamn hat when we're looking to buy this car. Or you just want to save 500K. And if you were wondering how to unlock that trade price, if you didn't already know, you have to complete all 10 of the Cayo Perico races. They can be done solo, so you don't need to like do it with other people. But yeah, it's like, how are we supposed to know that if they don't tell us? It's unbelievable. And then the final one on that particular vehicle, again, why would we think this would work? There are 2 options on this vehicle for snorkels. 2, yeah, not just one, because Rockstar said, you know what? We'll give you 2 useless options, but you can put a snorkel. The funny thing is, I believe there's like at least one other vehicle in the game that actually has a working snorkel. So it does work. It is a mechanic in the game that snorkels can work, but they just don't on this vehicle. The funny thing is, we're gonna go into the water here. The snorkel doesn't even touch the water, and the car's already dead. Now, one of the other new features that was added in this past week was the Cayo Perico races. Again, the races you have to complete to get that trade price. And the biggest issue for me, now this may not actually happen on console, I'm not entirely sure, but I am on a freaking pretty beefy PC. I have a 3090 GPU, you can see. I have the performance overlay on here because watch what happens. We start up the race already at like 40 FPS, which is just terrible. And then it goes even lower. It goes to like 26. So with these races, Rockstar still have not fixed the FPS problems on this damn island. And the crazy part about it is it's even worse in the actual vehicle races, because driving a helicopter or flying a helicopter or a plane, it's pretty easy to do. Like, you're not gonna really crash, but when you're at that low of FPS in a vehicle on those tight roads, it just makes for such an annoying experience. Who wants to do a race with these FPS issues? And if you are in a vehicle race, God forbid you go off-road, because you still can't run over these little ass plants. And also, no, look, this might be a preference thing. I'm not sure. Is it just me that finds the air races of these Cayo Perico races just absolutely terrible? We're gonna start with the plane races. By the way, what the hell are these checkpoints, man? I swear to God, I'm doing what it's telling me to do, and then it just freaking slows me down. Look at this. Can anyone explain this? It says to go straight. I go straight, and at the last second, it just slows me down for no reason. That happened twice, because look, on the second lap, I do the same thing, and it slows me down. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But genuinely, who thought, not only, I mean, that's okay, whatever. I don't understand air races in this game, because unlike actual vehicle races, in the air, there's nothing to like hit. You can't mess up flying over an island. So what ends up happening in both of these air races is whoever starts off the best, they always win. Like, I did this whole air race. I don't even think I saw another person. And we're on this island. There's like 10 of us in here. At least with the vehicle races, people can crash, you know, even though I don't like it, you can hit each other and kind of like, you know, work around and eventually catch up. But in these air races, like, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me why anyone would do these, because they're just boring because you're just flying around. There's not actual competition here. And then the helicopter race, well, it's just pay to win. Because if you bought the Canada, which, I mean, it's kind of a useless purchase. All it is the fastest helicopter, but you're spending like $2.3-ish million for it. And that's all it does. You can't like spawn it next to you instantly. It doesn't have missiles or anything, but it goes fast. And if you have that, it's not even close in this helicopter race. I mean, I got it. Granted, look, there's only like 2 people in here, but it wouldn't matter if there was more, because I'm like literally 20-30 seconds ahead of these other people, like halfway into the race. I don't know. Again, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just complaining to complain, but I find the air races on in these new Cayo Perico series to just be absolutely boring. And if you do end up winning, how is this double money? Didn't we just have a freaking update that like increased all the payouts for all races and everything? How is this the amount we're getting? 11,000. That is with double money, and that is in first place. then the other thing that happened this week was the introduction of the buried stashes. As always, like it was with that truck, we were on the verge of greatness. We were this close. I mean, this is a cool concept. I like the idea of it, having these random events pop up on the ocean or on the beaches and stuff. But Rockstar just botched them so bad. The first thing, when they do spawn, if you can get them to spawn, because so many people I've been seeing are having issues getting these things to even spawn, it doesn't even tell you to pick up the metal detector. So some people find them and then don't even pick up the metal detector, which is what you need to start the whole thing. I mean, look, I'm literally hovering over it, and if I didn't know to spam right on the D-pad to pick it up, I might have forgot it too, because there's no prompt anywhere. It's like, that's the first thing. Also, did they just disappear? Like, you walk 2 feet away and then the bodies just disappear? Whatever. But you eventually get the metal detector. You get to the Cayo Perico Island, because yes, you have to go to the Cayo Perico Island to get these buried stashes. They're not found on the regular Los Santos Island. You go there, you get through everything, all the security guards, all the annoyances, blah, blah, blah. You finally get your metal detector out. You're searching for the buried stash. You're like, oh, wow, this might actually be kind of good. I'm out here looking like Indiana Jones or so. I don't know. We're trying to find the damn stash. And all you get is $15,000. Are you kidding me? All of that work for $15K? The funny part is how bad some of these buried stashes look. I mean, come on. What is this? This looks $1 billion company. This is what they make? That literally looks like a modder just put something on the ground. That's where we're at. And the problem with these buried stashes is you can only do 2 per day. So that's only a maximum of $30,000. And they are only found on the Cayo Perico Island. Does Rockstar not understand that the people who are actually going to the Cayo Perico Island and grinding to get millions upon millions of dollars in the actual heist, they don't care about $30,000. And then the people who might actually like this sort of stuff, they probably don't play the Cayo Perico heist, or they don't want to go through the annoyances to deal with playing the Cayo Perico heist, or they're just too poor and don't even have a freaking submarine to start the Cayo Perico heist. So why? Who do they think are going to get these buried stashes? Yet again, it's going to be another thing in like a week no one ever does. I know there's a bunch of stuff, a bunch of hidden collectible things already on the Los Santos Island, but it would have just made way more sense to put these buried stashes on that, because then people might actually go for them. I really don't see anyone going through the effort of dodging the security, dodging the impenetrable foliage on the ground just to get 30K. Again, maybe it's just me, but I just feel like it's another wasted opportunity. So anyway, that's going to do it for this week's Rockstar Logic. Kind of a complainy one. I'm not going to lie. I understand that. But it's just like, these are cool ideas and cool things they could have done, but then in typical Rockstar fashion, they just messed them up and they just aren't that good, or aren't as good as they could be. But as always, if you guys enjoyed the Rockstar Logic, please drop the video a like. If you have your own Rockstar Logic, you can let us know in the comments. I'm sure there'll be more, because we have a bunch more drip-fed content coming. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you all in the next one.